Now, if you take a look at the MOSFETs here, you might say, oh, why the hell is there an LED there? Well, that's not an LED. That's a completely blown MOSFET right there. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So this one have been requested by so many people. Now today we're going to be testing the Hobbywing XRotor Micro Combo Flight Controller F4G2 45 amp 41 EC. I know it's a very long name, that's why I had to show you the box there. So it's called a micro, but it's really not a micro. It's a 30 by 30 stack. It's a 45 amp ESC. It's actually a stack. It comes with a flight control, an F4 flight controller here with I think an ICM gyro. I did an overview 2 videos back, or 1 video back. So this is a 45 amp ESC, and it's rated up to a 6S, and it's a BLHD32 with no telemetry and somewhat of minimal filtration, I would say. I was going to consider it as average, but something happened that is making me think twice about this. Now this is a $100 combo here, and it's a pretty damn expensive combo for a flight controller and an ESC. Now, if you take a look at the MOSFETs here, you might say, oh, why the hell is there an LED there? Well, that's not an LED. That's a completely blown MOSFET right there. So we have a dead MOSFET here and a dead MOSFET here. Now, it ran the first 2 tests just fine. I did a couple tests with the low ASR capacitor. I had the 560 microfarad low ASR capacitor installed in the beginning. And I did my test there. I thought it would be easier to remove a cap than add a cap on the testing setup. So I went ahead and tested it. Tested absolutely. We'll see that in a little bit. And then I removed the capacitor, and then this happened. So enough talking, and let's just jump to the testing, and then we'll discuss more in detail after the testing. Alright guys, so the results are in, and I've had to record this part around maybe 11 times now. So let's talk about what happened here. Now, first of all, like I mentioned, I started testing it with the low ASR capacitor on, and then I said I would trim the cap off. It'll be a lot easier. I don't have to solder and worry about anything happening. Now, when I first tested it, I got these 2 results on the right. Now, on the top, we have the throttle noise level test, and on the bottom, we have the aggressive simulated flight maneuvers. So basically just bashing it the hell in. So this side was with the capacitor, this side was without the capacitor. Now you want to see something like this. This is beautiful. When I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. Oh, I can't wait to see it without the low ASR capacitor. So it sounded smooth, motors were good, motors were really smooth actually. And I was very happy. I was like, oh, it's like what everybody's saying, so this is gonna be good. So let's pop off that cap. Popped off the cap, and I made sure I cut it. There's no lead sticking out, if that's what you think. I'm still giving it the benefit of the doubt on that, why those 2 FETs blew up. I'm still giving it the benefit of the doubt, but yeah, this is the first time it's ever happened, so we'll see. I'm gonna try to get another one in for retesting, but currently with the 560 microfarad low ASR capacitor, this is how it tested, which is a really good test. Now the 10-volt regulator on board is an absolute monster. It handled this noise and this noise. This is actually not even noise. It handled these 2 and gave me the exact basic same VTX footage, except on this one, something happened here. It was when it blew up, or it rebooted the flight controller and the OSD and everything. So yeah, but the 10-volt regulator on board is really good. Really, really good actually. So that's why you don't see the noise difference, because both the tests I just had on 10 volts, see how it's going to perform the VTX. All right, so now we jump to the simulated aggressive flight maneuvers without a capacitor, and the throttle noise without the capacitor. So this is not good. I can tell you, this is really good. This is really not good. So I don't know why I performed like this. I know here for a fact, this was the first test ran after I removed the capacitor. The capacitor was, after I removed the capacitor, and the MOSFETs were still intact here. And I don't see any weird transition except here where it seemed like it got cleaner or something got cut off. So, but yeah, I don't know what to say. This needs another. I'm not going to retest that same ESC now. I need to get another one in. So, but till this point, this is not really good at all. This is very terrible, actually. So let's jump to the simulator aggressive flight maneuvers. Now this is crazy because remember, this thing is rated for a 6S, and I was just using a 4S. I was planning on putting this with a 6S ESC 4-in-1 ESC shootout, like the DYS Aria, Tico 32, the DAL RC rocket. The rocket will be upcoming next. The testing, and for that one you'll get to see that. It's gonna be pretty interesting, actually. So yeah, this is not really good. It's not good at all, actually. You had a voltage spike of 34.8 volts. That's crazy. And yeah, so the min here is kind of screwed up a little. I don't know why. Is it possible to hit negative 1.4 volts? Is it even possible to do that? I think it can. So I don't know what to tell you. This was really terrible. But again, the FET could have blown somewhere here or in here, but I'm pretty sure it blew here because that's when all the weird shit started to happen. That's where I smelled it. After this test is where I was like smelling it, and I was like, is it my motors? I started smelling my motors. It's not the motors, and I take a look at the ESC, and next thing you know, I was like, wait, why is it shining like that? And that's when I knew I blew the FET there. So it blew up here somewhere. Now, a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, I've read some, posts on RC groups and other places about this 4-in-1 ESC catching fire. I would really like to know if they had a low ESR capacitor on or not. With the low ESR capacitor, it's handling pretty well. And it did sound really good, but without it, it's not very good at all. So I really hope I get another one in for testing. I'm gonna try. It's really expensive, really expensive. So I'm gonna try to get another one in for testing and redo the testing. I'll do again the same setup: 560 microfarad low ESR capacitor, and then bump down to, or just actually right out of the box, just run this test, because this one was pretty consistent. So it was really nice. This one I didn't get much data, and that's because it blew up. So there's really nothing else I could say, guys. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really hope it was useful somewhat to someone. I'm still giving it the benefit of the doubt, so don't go blowing the comments saying whatever, just relax. We're gonna try again with a different one. And so yeah, back to my point. I really hope it was useful to someone. And if you guys have any questions or any suggestions, feel free to let me know. And you could check out the links down below. Those greatly support the channel. And if you can join my Patreon, it really support the channel. $1 or $2 a month or whatever, anything a month would absolutely go a long way. And I do a lot of giveaways there, and you get some like 10% off secret access and all these kinds of crazy cool things. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Peace out, guys.